Hello and welcome all students. Today students will continue with the chapter number 11, that is struggles for equality. Student, remove your history textbook to page number 51 and we will see the socialist movement. Many of the young activities in Indian National Congress felt for the protecting the interests of the people, it is necessary to overthrow the British government. Similarly, they started realizing that the society should be restructured on the principle of economic and social equality. Through this realization, there was a rise and growth of socialist ideology. The Congress Socialist Party. The socialist youth, while they were in prison at Nasik, decided to form the Socialist Party within the Indian National Congress. According to this decision, in 1934, the Congress Socialist Party was formed, which included leaders like Acharya Narendra Dev, Jayaprakash Narayan, Minu Masani, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, etc. In Quit India movement of 1942, these young socialists were in the forefront. The formation of Communist Party in India. In 1925, the Communist Party was formed in India. The work of building militant organization of workers and peasants were done by the young communists. The British government started feeling the danger of communist movement. Shripad Amrut Dange, Muzaffar Ahmad, Keshav Neelkant Joglekar, etc. were arrested. They were charged with planning of a conspiracy to overthrow the British rule. They were given different punishments. The trial took place at Meerut and therefore it is known as the Meerut conspiracy case. India got introduced to Karl Marx and his communism. The Communist Manifesto, the book written down by Karl Marx. Lokmanya Tilak had already written an article on Karl Marx in the year 1881. After the First World War, the influence of communism was felt in India. Mahavendranath Roy played an active role in the international communist movement. Now we'll see the feminist movement. The feminist movement. In the Indian social system, women were given secondary position. Due to many evil practices, they were subjected to injustice. In the name of evil practice, like sati, child marriage, prohibition of widow remarriage, like that way, many evil practices were being carried out. And in the name of this evil practices, injustice were being done to the women. As the society of India was divided into varnas, the life of the woman was even worse in the Indian society. The Indian society never gave women the right to education, the right to choose their spouse, the right to political way, and they were never getting any personal rights also. They had to listen when they were young to their parents, especially to their fathers, when they got married to their husband, and when they became mother, they had to listen to their son. So, women were deprived of political, social, education and many other rights. In the modern period, there was an awakening against it. Some of the male reformers took initiative in the reform movement related to women. In the course of time, women leaders started coming forward. Their independent institute organization came to be established. During the modern period, there was awakening for the women's movement. Earlier, there were male reformers, like we can say Jyotirao Phule, we can say Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and many such reformers. They have taken the initiative for the reforms of the movement which are related to women. And when the women were being getting educated and were being transforming themselves and understanding their worth, that time the women's also, in the course of time, women leaders also starting coming up, and then they were supporting the other women. Independent institutions were being formed, organizations were being established. So the people, the thinking of the people, it was that the women are always at the secondary position and they were always being dominated by the men. Women's participation in the national movement. During the 20th century, participation of women in public life began to increase. Earlier, women were not participating in the social life, in the political life, in any other spheres. But during the 20th century, women also started to participate. After the Act of 1935, women were included in the provincial ministries as well. Earlier, all the powers were in the hands of the male. But slowly, even women, they started their appearance in the political backgrounds. After independence, the principle of equality of men and women has been clearly stated in the Constitution of India. Our Constitution of India has given the equal right to men as well as women. Many women had also taken part in the freedom movement like Sarojini Naidu, Kasturba Gandhi, Hansa Mehta and so on. Pandita Ramabai established the Arya Mahila Samaj and Shraddha Samaj. At the beginning, there were some male reformers who were supporting the women and empowering the women. The women like Pandita Ramabai, then Ramabai Ranade and many such women, they got educated, they became powerful, and then they started their own institution doing for the development of the women. Similarly, Seva Sadan was being founded out by Ramabai Ranade. Bharat Mahila Parishad, formed in the year 1904, All India Women's Conference, formed at 1927. For the issues such as rights to inheritance, right to vote, etc., women had to struggle through the medium of these organizations at national levels. As I told earlier, the women were not been getting the political right. Therefore, the right of vote, the right to inheritance, for that women had to struggle, and it was through these organizations that they struggle at the national level. Rakhmabai Janardhan Save was the first practicing doctor in India. She delivered series of lectures related to health issues of women. She also opened a branch of Red Cross Society at Rajkot. Rakhmabai Janardhan Save was the first woman doctor who have practiced and has also been giving, though there was another doctor whose name is Dr. Anandibai Joshi. She also became doctor. She also acquired MD degree in the year 1886. But while returning to India, Anandibai contracted tuberculosis and thus she died. So she was not able to practice. But Rakhmabai Janardhan Save was the first practicing woman doctor. Here Anandibai Joshi she also became doctor, but she was not able to perform any type of surgery. She also, not only Rakhmabai Janardhan Save, she was a practicing doctor, but she also used to deliver the lectures which are related to the health issues of women. During that time, women, they were neglecting their health, and because of this reason, they had to face many problems, physically and mentally. So that is why Rakhmabai Janardhan Save was giving lectures to the women that how to maintain their health. She also opened a branch of Red Cross Society which is at Rajkot. So with this student, I stop my lecture over here. the next part, that is the Dalit movement, that we shall study the next time. So with this student, thank you.